Hello everyone, this is an introductory video to this sheet on functions. Very important throughout the whole class in AP Calculus. The first set of problems here are to evaluate functions. And yeah, you have the basic ones, something you might see in Algebra 1. But then this is getting closer to what's really important in the class. This one is a big one. I'll just give you a little start here, but you'll need a little bit of room for this one. Basically, if this is my function up here, all right, and I'm going to try to evaluate this. This is going to turn into the derivative later. Then wherever you have the function, you're going to have the function at x plus h, and then you're going to have the function at x minus h. So it might be useful to bring the 1 over 2h out front. And then what do you really have on the top of the fraction? You really have something when you plug in x plus h and something when you plug in x minus h. First of all, I wouldn't have room to do this whole thing if I made it that big, but all right. And then what do you want to do? When you're plugging in x plus h, you really want to use parentheses wherever the x is. And then you're going to plug in the x plus h into wherever there was an x. And then similarly, same thing over here. You know, that this function is really, 4x minus x squared. And then you'd plug in the x minus h. All right, and you'll see if you distribute and FOIL, don't forget this, keep this in parentheses because it'll be minus something, minus something, minus something. And then a lot of things will cancel out and it comes out to just a binomial. So you can practice that one and then check the answer key up here. Often there's going to be a graph with two functions on it. Here it looks like this is my f graph and this is my g graph. And if you have, this is just a subtraction problem. This is a composite function. And here, so that's separate here. F of g of 3 goes over here, I believe. Here you just do f of 3 minus g of 3. And here is when you'll do f of some number. You'd have to figure out what g of 3 is and then figure out what that number is. All right, and then there's more practice here. And then with piecewise, you see a lot of piecewise in AP Calc. Basically, whenever you're evaluating, you have to figure out which piece to look at. When I'm doing f of 0, because of the or equal to, I'm gonna plug into there. And for f of 2, that means I'm on this branch when x is greater than or equal to 2. You're gonna plug into there. All right, so good luck. That's my little introduction. And then you can check your answers up here on this.